right, let's take this show up a notch, shall we, Caleb? The Australians have been on fire this week, the Australian newspaper, with its coverage of the Olympic Games, in particular the gold rush and the way in which the pool has presented, in a beautiful photo there of the girl of the moment, the young woman, Ariana Titmus, and the headlines, waterworks for Aussies who turn aqua into gold, gold, gold. And, of course, the reference there being to Ariana Titmus's win in the 200 today, and, of course, the women and men winning the 4 sculls at the rowing. Australia's, and I love this line from Will Swanton in Tokyo, Australia's triumphant rowers played catch us if you can, and nobody could, before swimming superstar Ariana Titmus powered home like winks on water to secure her second gold medal on a record-equalling day for the green and gold at the Tokyo Olympics. Winks on water. That's the best line of the week, and I got a funny feeling that'll stick, Mr. Bond.
Indeed. I mean, Titmus has been absolutely outstanding. To beat the Yanks twice against all odds has been quite extraordinary. And this morning, both our men's and our women's rowing teams to come through with gold medals. It was seriously a good morning to be involved in Australian sport. I was sitting there in the newsroom, we're tapping away at the keyboard, and the newsroom stopped. And I'm sure this happened in many other workplaces across the country, and I'm sure it happened in lots of homes across the country, particularly in New South Wales, where of course people are in lockdown at the moment. So what have they got better to do than watch the Olympics on the television? People stopped to watch this stuff, and it's not often really that you stop to watch sports like swimming or rowing or whatever, but the Olympics just instill this national pride in people that you do not get at any other time. And by God, we are doing exceptionally well at the moment. And the pride we have in these athletes is just so good at a time when we in this country are locking down and going through a very hard time. Particularly people in New South Wales are going through a harder time than they have in a very long time. It is great to have something like this to just give us that little bit of hope and that little bit of pride in our country, because by God, they are doing us proud over in Japan.
And Caleb, one of the great stories I heard from this week, and it came from my little bloke's school, when Ariane won the 400 final, every classroom had the TV on. So every kid at that school, and I'm sure there were schools around the country where they watched her win that. And you know what? We talk about what kids learn at school these days. And I tell you what, seeing an Australian rise to the occasion like that on the greatest podium in world sport, those kids will remember that day, particularly the young girls who will be absolutely inspired, and the young boys, for what they saw on that particular day. And full marks to all those teachers out there who are allowing the kids to watch the Olympics, because it is a time when we've had a tough time in this country. We need some inspiration. We need some positive news, and that's certainly the case.